What is the creepiest glitch in the Matrix you have experienced? My ex's mum passed away and sent us a message on my phone. This is my first post, so bear with me, but after reading many other glitch stories, I wanted to share mine here. In early December 2015, my now ex-boyfriend's mother passed away in the home following surgery and other health problems related to her heart. She was born with a rare condition. Unfortunately, she went into cardiac arrest and we were unable to save her, so the event in and of itself was extremely traumatic and unexpected. A couple of nights later, we decided to go see some friends who wanted to offer their condolences to my ex. Everyone loved his mum. We were all sitting in our friend's living room watching TV and, to be honest, they were really trying to distract us from everything. One friend was just being her goofy self and I was taking Snapchat videos, and I distinctly remember taking a video of, let's call her Amy. I saved the video, but when I looked at my screen to watch it, it was not Amy. It was a grainy video with a background that appeared to be outside and 100,000% not in a living room, but on the screen was my ex's mum. She said the words, "I'm okay baby. I'm okay," and multiple other friends saw it on my phone before it disappeared. She looked young and vibrant and has a huge smile on her face. Someone had tossed my phone to another friend across the couch to see, and the video then disappeared. When we watched the original video back immediately after, my ex's mom was gone. It was Amy in the video again, just like I saw it while recording it in the first place. My ex and his mom had a very close relationship, best friends really, so when we saw her on my screen letting him know she was okay, it was astounding. I saw it first and everyone noticed I was visibly upset. I cannot imagine what went through my ex's mind and heart when he saw that, but to this day, it's something we talk about and something he shares with new friends. Something we simply cannot explain other than her coming through in a glitch to let us know she was okay. Did I slip into a parallel reality? This odd glitch occurred when I was about 13 or close to. My family was moving into a new home. We were having trouble with a bookshelf that was a little too big, tall, and wide for the doorway. We eventually had to take it apart and bring it in piece by piece. The shelf went into my sister's room. She helped put it together. Here is the interesting part, as this glitch was experienced by my sister as well. Only more so. She used the shelf for her books and stuffed animal collection. I left her as she was putting things onto the higher shelves, using a kitchen chair to reach that high. As soon as I stepped through the door, there was a loud crash. I'm thinking the shelf fell on sis or she lost her balance and fell, so I check. She is standing with her back against the wall and looks terrified. I peek further in and there is no shelf. It was completely gone. Her things heaped on the floor in that spot. The chair somehow teleported back into the kitchen. My sis and I are the only ones that heard the crash. Not one person in our family remembers ever having that bookshelf. PSA: there is a type of obsessive-compulsive disorder called existential OCD that causes obsessive thoughts, fears and ruminations on the nature of reality. I had it real bad about 5 years ago. I was constantly worried that if I thought too hard about the nature of reality and the universe, something terrible would happen, like the fabric of reality would unravel before me and everything I knew and loved would be gone forever. I spent an exceptional amount of time being very concerned about this, trying to avoid thinking about it, and developing compulsions to help me deal with the existential dread, touching things, touching my husband to make sure he's there, asking him if he's real, etc. I'd get frightening intrusive thoughts about reality collapsing around me, things not being how I thought they were, sliding into an alternate reality. I'd spend a lot of time on subreddits like Gitman Mandela Effect doing research trying to prove my thoughts wrong. It was very bad for my mental health. I had this constant haunting superstition that things weren't how I thought they were, and just one slip up from me would cause reality itself to crumble. Imagine the pressure. The cycle went like this. I'd have an intrusive thought, Reality is going to come undone. Attach a meaning to it. Reality is going to come undone because I am thinking about reality, and engage in a compulsion to stop that from happening, or reassure myself, I have to check and make sure my husband is still here, or I have to ask him to tell me that this thought is ridiculous. Then the cycle would start over again. I'm posting this because it was a very scary time in my life, and I spent a lot of time on this subreddit and others like it trying to seek reassurance that my greatest fear wasn't going to happen. If this sounds like you, do a little research into existential OCD. Edit. Thank you so much for the overwhelming response. I'm so glad this post helped a few of you. That is exactly why I posted this. I have had OCD since I was a kid. But because I do not have a lot of overt compulsions, and most of my compulsions are internal, reviewing, reassurance seeking, counting, memorizing, avoiding, etc., I didn't get diagnosed until I was 31 years old. That means close to 25 years of unnecessary suffering. If this post resonates with you, or you're concerned you have OCD, please feel free to join us at our OCDs and our OCD. Please keep in mind that we cannot diagnose you. OCD has a very good track record of responding to treatment with SSRIs and exposure therapy. It is treatable. I've been in exposure therapy for about 3 months, and my most significant, disturbing and derailing intrusive thoughts, which have disrupted my life for decades, are almost completely gone. So if this resonates for you, help is out there. Here are a few helpful links: International OCD Foundation, Existential OCD, Yale Brown Obsessive Compulsive Scale. Creepiest thing I have ever experienced. If I told you what I saw last night, you would not believe me. Like, I can't even wrap my head around it. Scariest thing I've ever experienced. I can't even talk about it without sounding crazy. So here it goes. I went to do laundry around 2 a.m. with my oldest son. After we put the laundry in, we went to a McDonald's drive-thru to get something to drink. The drive-thru was packed with about 5 or 6 cars ahead of us. I noticed none of the cars were moving forward, and it had been like 5 minutes already waiting. So I decided to go around the car in front of me to the next drive-thru lane. McDonald's has 2 lanes. As I'm pulling around them, I look to their car to see why they are not moving, and I kid you not, both people, driver and passenger, looked dead. Heads tilted all the way back, eyes shut, not moving, dead. I freaked out and tried to pull out of the drive-thru entirely, going around the other cars just to get out of there, and I kid you not, the next car I passed, all the passengers also looked dead. Heads tilted back, eyes shut. I panicked, thinking maybe they were all shot or someone killed them all, so I hit the gas and got the heck out of there. I couldn't fathom what happened or barely speak. I was hyperventilating, so my son called 911 and told them what happened, and they sent an officer to check. A few minutes later, the cop called us back, said everything was fine at McDonald's. Mind you, my son saw it too. We both saw the car in front of us. The people looked dead. This thing was terrifying. It literally looked like one of those rapture movies or end of the world type of thing. Needless to say, I can't wrap my head around what we saw or why. I'm still scared over it. I know I'm not crazy because my son saw it too. But it feels crazy to even say it. Anyways, yeah, scariest thing ever. My friend messaged me and said she thinks we experienced a glitch, and this is so new to me. I had never heard of glitches even being a thing, but I am super freaked out and would love your thoughts because I have severe anxiety and I feel so crazy now. My wife replied to my idea, live on stream. Wife has been dead for 2 years. I don't think this is classed as a technology glitch. Technology recorded it, but it was an actual real, even just recorded live on stream. Hello all, I am a very minor and Twitch person. Nothing is monetized. I do it as part of my therapy to help with being severely disabled. My wife died in 2018. She was a gamer like me. One of our favorite games was Star Trek Online. After she died, gaming and streaming became my outlet. So 9th of January 2021 afternoon UK time, I am doing my normal stream playing SDO, blowing stuff up in a mission, and I notice a ship that I like using cannons and get all excited with the idea of creating one using my Klingon character voicing that idea. And my wife answers me on stream live, clip below. 1. No, it wasn't in-game audio, checked by an audio engineer, 400 MHz range. Her voice is definitely coming from inside the room with some sound artifacts. 2. Recorded by my mic, at 2020, not by my game, PC audio, and I heard it through my open back headphones, not noise cancelling. I can hear my room quite clearly. 3. No hiffy or item in the room that could cause it. 4. In self-isolation for the last 12 months due to you know what, no one else has been in my house. 5. If you watch the dog on my lap in the clip, she looks in the direction off to the side that the sound came from. 6. Not the first time seen and heard a lot of stuff since my wife's death, but this was the first time it was caught live on a stream, and my normal analytical thinking can't just call on audible hallucinations or other things. Also, the voice is as near as we can tell from a sample my wife's voice, and just the kind of thing she would comment on. She did like to answer with MHM's https://uta.b/_w-yovk500 updating. I have an iPad, no iPhone, and the iPad was not in the room on that day. I have also tested my iPad with the audio from this and it doesn't pick it up. Also, it sounds completely different. Please let's keep this civil. The Siri solution. https://uta.b/r8xwig9ukes. I want to thank you all, even those that questioned all of this. Whole point of putting this out here was to get that kind of opinions and response, since my wife died and even before that weird things happened in our lives. But my analytical side always shot them down. Now I am going to look at each one with a bigger picture view, not saying I am going to accept or believe them but re-evaluate them. You are all awesome. Update. Having read all the comments and explored all of this over the last few days, I have come to the conclusion that it was a paranormal event more than an actual glitch. The timing, the location, the fact even if it was Siri, then somehow it was translocated from my bathroom upstairs and at the back of the house to my living room just behind my chair and to the right. Being analytical and critical thinking on this with an open mind but cautious, I am going to start investigating. Have set up an EVP room with some of Paola's favorite items, ordered a good quality EVP recorder and found my old EMF meter, removed all extraneous wireless or powered items. Over the next few weeks I will be exploring this and document any results. Experienced events since my wife died, but something else happened. I have a very questioning mind, more than most because I am classed as higher functioning autistic. My brain disassembles situations and tries to figure out the logical rationale. My wife, it was love at first contact. I don't believe in love at first sight because looks change, but we met at a party. She said something as I passed her table and the next thing I know is we have been talking for almost 4 hours. We became a couple within days and moved in together within weeks. She was 21, I was 26. Engaged within 3 months. Everyone thought we were crazy. 6 months later she became ill and it was cancer. Incurable, either the cancer would kill her or the medication. We got married while she was in hospital and spent the next 21 years together. I was her primary carer. We were both gamers. She died in 2018. Her heart finally gave out. Here is a summary of the events. Night, I came home from the hospital after she died. We have a next smoke alarm in my hallway facing my bed. It has a light sensor and LED for use in emergency. It lights up if you get up without a light on. I was laying in bed and this light started flashing. Over the next hour we had a conversation, 1 blink for yes, 2 for no. She even predicted by bowel cancer diagnosis 7 days later. When I asked her if I would be okay and she answered both yes and no, I didn't know I had cancer. Before my op, the hospital radio played one of Paola's favorite songs, not a normal song you would hear. I went though that surgery and recovery with no complications at all. 2 months later I am sleeping on a futon my head up against the wall, a big heavy picture above my head. At 3 a.m. I awoke as this picture fell from its hook and missed my headband because somehow my futon had moved 6 inches away from the wall. I said thank you Paola and fell back asleep. Lots of little things like voices and items moving around. Now you have to understand, because I live alone apart from the dogs, I always stayed on the fence because only I was experiencing all of this. On the 9th of January I was doing a live stream of a game I play. Playing games and doing vlogs are part of my therapy and life support. I am classed as severely disabled due to PTSD, bipolar and ADHD. Another reason I try to stay very objective about these kind of things. During the stream, playing Star Trek Online, I have an idea for a new ship I want to fly and I am just rambling away and my wife answers me live on stream. It felt like she was off to my right behind me and answered me. She often answered with OMHM during talks we had, and STO was a game we both loved. I checked the recording and well, I cut a section. The event is a 2:29s in the clip is that long to provide normal context. I also noticed my dog, who was on my lap watching the game, looked in that direction before my wife responded. Here is the clip, not self-promotion, nothing on my channel is monetized. https://uta.b/_wyovk500. I guess I am no longer on the fence and want to look into have more contact with her. Now I know she is around. My instinct tells me I should just talk to her and listen, but any advice is welcome. Higher vibration questions and my experience last night. After the heartfelt and wonderful replies to my post about my experiences since my wife's death and the live stream that picked up her taking part in the conversation, thank you all for that. I hear a lot about raising your vibration, and I tried something last night which didn't freak me out or cause any concern, but I would love for people to let me know what they think and to make sure I was not just imagining it. So I lay in bed as normal. About 2 a.m., my sleep pattern is odd. On my right side I have always been an instinctive person, so I followed my instincts. I was tense, so started to sing in my head. Singing sounds too elegant, the words were random silliness and was more like a tuneful mantra of sorts. After about a minute at most I stopped, still feeling tense but more well, it is hard to describe. Within 5 to 10 seconds my upper knee, which was resting on my other knee, started to feel kinda fuzzy and numb, but not in a pins and needles kind of way, not in a lack of circulation way. It was like a buzzing but without sound. Then I felt it in my head and my whole body. Quite literally it felt like a vibration, buzzy numbness that defies words, but not a physical one, like nothing I have ever felt in my body. Then I did something which I know was too much. It was like I was powered up or something, so maybe it is part of my autistic nature, but I started to ask if Paola was there using her nickname, but my mind was like it was on super fast go-go juice. For about 2 minutes all I did was keep asking if anyone was there and wanted to talk and not giving any time or listening. It was like a paragraph without punctuation. After another minute I took a breath, settled myself and went to sleep. None of this freaked me out or felt wrong or weird, just a new odd kind of natural. Had a powerful dream. Don't know how I know that, because I remember none of it, but when I woke up I realized that, and no idea where this thought came from. I have a spare room. You know that room in a house that is a project room. It used to be a streaming room, then a mini cinema room, but never gets used when set up and generally becomes the place you stack Amazon boxes. I am going to clear it out a little and add some of my favorite crystals, Paola's too, add some of her jewelry, set up a safe candle and almost altar following instinct again. Comfortable chair, the window is already blacked out, have a small speaker in there for our favorite music, and we'll use that place to try to connect to all of this. Actually I don't feel that I will have a problem connecting, it will be slowing down and getting past the this car can go how fast situation I had last night. Does this all sound like me just deluding myself, which I don't think it is, but I would like to hear from you all please. So many questions about the afterlife. Now I am 100% in there. There is something on the other side. Due to multiple times my past on wife has hit me around the head with proof, evidence. I find that I have so many questions. Some of them seem silly, but these are all questions that drop my ADHD and semi-autistic brain out of relaxation and meditation. So putting them all down here, and would love to see people's opinions. I am not a religious type, so no harps or wings for me. When we cross over, do we have jobs on the other side? A medium once told me that part of the reason Paola, wife, suffered through 20 years of pain and suffering was so that she could help people to cross over in the near future. The medium told me that a huge traumatic loss of lives was going to happen, and Paola's experiences would help her help others. This was in 2019. I can only assume COVID was what was coming. Is it like the astral plane and dreamscape? Can you create and build, if you wish, houses, castles and so on? Can you watch TV or films? Can you read books? Can you do naughty stuff? I mean, do you still have the relationship with your loved one? Do you get to kiss and cuddle? Sorry, I know people talk like it is all God's love and airy-fairy stuff, but to me all that stuff is boring as hell. Maybe I am rooted too much in the physical, but my dreams can be quite fun places. Do our pets meet us? I love the idea of the Rainbow Bridge. To me, heaven would be infinite Netflix, pizza and a castle to live in, also video games that don't crash. I want to play Half-Life 3, but I guess even the afterlife will have limits. Do I get to watch the next Doctor Who after I am death? Will I be able to finally get Babylon 5 in 4K HD? Being semi-serious, joking here.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.